Hi guys, so it's been a while. It's been a very long while since I posted a video, and I tried making my next video a short, but well, this is just going to be a passion project because basically that's what it was. So recently, I found myself using um this website, web hosts. So okay, hopefully that loads on time and network does not fuck me up. So basically, I'm not going to be showing you how I will just be showing you how I built it, but we'll be going over like a already finished application. Basically, that's how all my passion projects have been. You can view other videos on this playlist. Yeah, Chrome extensions. I have this folder where I keep all my Chrome extensions, both from tutorials and the ones I built. Basically, they are stored under vanilla projects. I keep all my Figma plugins, npm packages, scripts, tests, VS Code extensions. I do not like my desktop to be scattered, so that's why they are arranged in that manner. Okay, so I've been using this tool recently, and well, given that where I am, network is not exactly like the best. So opening the sites usually took most of the time when my network is very crappy, the site might not even load. So I was like, all right, if that's the case, I will build my own version. But I did not want a website because it basically does the same problem I was complaining about. That's what I was going to have here, having to load the websites. I didn't want to load the websites, so I built this instead. Code formatter plugin that did exactly what this did. And in order for me to build this was like my thought process. I needed to find out how this works, and so I did what any other dev would do. I went to the source tab and tried to view all the files. And I realized that if I post a code here and I click format, I was seeing like a background service worker. Yeah, so you see worker is finished. Prettier worker is finished. And it was coming from worker.js. So I inspected worker.js and this is worker.js. And I checked what they were using in the sites. And I realized it was prettier. So actually, I did not start with Prettier. When I wanted to build this, I just went on and started Googling and going to GitHub and searching for code formatters. And I found Beautify.io. And Beautify.io was quite good. Right. Okay, this video should not pass 10 minutes because the extension is not really, to build the Chrome extension is not really difficult. So, I found Beautify and I was using Beautify, but the way it was formatting, I was not really liking it and for setting code. So I searched on and I came back to the site, wanted to find what we're using so I could format code exactly like them. SQL was prettier, and well, I went to GitHub, found prettier, found out it was open source, found out how I could use it. All the implementation were like VS Code plugins and whatnot. But I discovered they had the CDN, and well, that's what I used. I used prettier CDN, and I was how yeah, this prettier website. Okay, back to the so this is the this thing. This is the code base. This is okay. I would go through the video for LinkedIn Autobots, but let's go to format code format or whatever it's called here. So to create a Chrome extension, you first need to create your manifest, and within our manifest, we had the name, the version, the description, format code according to Prettia's default set of rules. Yeah. Then I was using permissions notification. I wanted it to show on every URL. So whatever the site you're on, you can easily open it. The notifications. Okay, let me show you a sample, right? I'll show you a sample and you'll see why I'm using the notifications and permission. Service worker background, because I needed to run a background script that actually formatted the code. Why? Because if you try and paste a very large sum of code and you click, it's going to stop your process in the pop-up and everything will just hang. But if it's running on the background, well, the process is running on a different thread, so it does not stop the JavaScript process. Then the icons are used, and well, this This should not be there. This should be. Oh my god. I'm coming. I just noticed an error and I've pushed this to this thing. I've pushed this to Play Store. So yeah, they most likely would. They already rejected the first build. They might reject this build. But we move. Sure, this should match. This should be what this should match. And so basically I created the manifest popup.html. This is basically what is inside popup.html. This header, this format type, this HTML, CSS, decide what you want to format, the text area, the buttons, the icon. For the icons, I used view stacks. I think line icon. No, line icon was what I used because view stacks did not have the social media logo icon pack. And then there's a settings page in which, sorry, I wrote one very long explanation on actually why I could not build it and stuff like that. But you guys will take it like that. Then format code. So how many minutes has gone? 6 minutes. So in the next parts, I would go through like a simple demo. So I will just quickly create an index.html. Index.html file here. Code then, I think. So I'll try to recreate code then. Or should I try to recreate GitHub? Code then is more. I feel if I try to recreate GitHub, it's going to take like a lot of space. And it has some JavaScript underneath. So code then does not have any JavaScript to render this page. So I'll try and recreate this. Copy the elements. So I copy the elements. When you copy an element from the dev, so it's usually unformatted. And I'll paste it here. As you can see, it's unformatted. Click the format button, it formats it. And as you can see, it's now formatted. I click the copy button. And you should get a notification. Something is up with the notifications API. But you should get a notification that has been copied. So yes, copied. Then let's go live and view what we copied and pasted. So this is what you copied and pasted, horrible, right? So let's import the CSS. Copy, open the extension, format the CSS. Okay, that's HTML. CSS, formatted, copy. I go up here in the style, paste what I just copied and save. Let's check again. So you see, if we created this page in seconds, but probably want to know how this works because now we are not seeing this gradients animation, which is just a CSS and keyframe animation. So I inspect this, right? And control click, copy, format, and copy. Then paste this and save. And then we get the exact same size here and there. And now I can now inspect this class and see how it's being used. And see how the animation is done. I can save this one, we'll come back to it, inspect how each element works or how it were used in the actual HTML CSS. And I can learn how websites were built. You can also do that for GitHub. Let me see if I can do something similar for GitHub. I doubt it, but there's no harm in trying, right? So I'll just Ctrl Z, Ctrl Z, Ctrl Z, Ctrl Z, Ctrl Z. Yeah. This is GitHub. Okay. Save it. So yikes. Let me see. Okay, so the CSS is compressed. I do not want that. I want uncompressed CSS formats. Do not try this at home. If you want to inspect a particular element or see how a particular element is built, just inspect only that element. Because now importing this God, I don't want to see how long this file is right now. So yep. This is our CS. This is GitHub without any HTML, CSS. The style is most likely, given that GitHub has dark mode, the style is most likely, the colors are most likely rendered by JavaScript. And since I'm not copying any JavaScript, this is how GitHub looks with just pure HTML and CSS. Right. Right. Uh, mad. What is loaded? And so this is GitHub. Basically. You get it basically out. You get what I'm saying. If you had inspected just a particular section, you can easily recreate it. So instead of copying the entire element, you can just inspect a particular section, remove the particular section you've inspected, and recreate it basically. Okay, this is almost 11 minutes. And basically that's what the extension does. And why did I create the extension? So I discovered my VS Code was, by default, VS Code should help you formats if you have always on based on format and others. But certain times, especially with my Vue projects, VS Code does not format always. And especially when I was moving from Vue to Vola, I don't think it's set by default. And it was very frustrating when I just wanted to copy code. Or, because one of the best ways to learn as a developer is to actually view other people's code. And most of the time, like, you do not have access to the source code, but you can inspect the DOM and view how they are structured. Probably not the underlying logic, but you can view the HTML and CSS of most applications. And with that, you can actually learn how to implement and build stuff like that. And I've been learning from other sites, and well, when I paste and I'm getting inline or minimized CSS or minimized HTML, it was not really a good learning experience. So I built that, and basically that's how that works. I'll try and make it short because that was the whole idea, but well, it didn't work, and well, I decided to make this long video, and I would upload this. I know I've not uploaded in a while, guys, and I will probably write another bot and upload that, but that's next week or this coming week. But I've been very busy and tired and watching anime. You guys should understand. Me see you all again when I see you all. I would add this to the Passion Projects playlist. And well, that's that for now. I would probably create more content, and I would probably do a devlog on how my other passion project, like other passion projects on this playlist are going. Because yeah, GameX is currently being worked on, like the UI and the UX. There's a designer working on that. The designer working on like the real-time chat communication. We also have CodeDen, in which we are working on the components library. Though for CodeDen, well, I'll probably do a separate devlog on most of the passion projects. Every week I'll just tell you what's going on, the passion projects or the random projects I worked on, what I'm currently learning, what I'm currently building. I think that would be better. Yes guys, bye guys. Less than 15 minutes. So I actually did forget to take you always through the like code, and I'm very, very sorry. But I have to now edit this and add this after I said bye guys. So basically this is how the code works. These are the script I use, Prettier HTML CSS standalone. And basically you can get this on Prettier's website, this CDN, they have a CDN. I just copied the link because Chrome extensions, they prefer if you have sort of like, because if I had used the URL scripts, I would have to state it when I'm submitting to the Chrome store, which, well, would have sucked, I guess. So basically Prettier does all the work, to be honest. Did the pop-up.js. When you click the button, it takes the data and sends it Chrome runtime send message and sends it to the background worker. And the worker here takes in, listens for this data added, an event listener, so when a message is sent, listens to it. And if the type is format code, it takes in the value, takes in the type and the lang. So the language and formats, the value is basically the text, and well, it formats it based on these options: tab width for print width 120, use tab through. Basically, this format then sends back the response in this send response function. And well, I get it back in the pop-up.js. The response, I get it back and save it back to the editor. And then I copy. When you click copy, I send a Chrome notification to create a notification that it has been copied. And I also copy the content of the text area, which has been set to the formatted value. So that's basically the inner workings of the application. It's not really a really complex project. You can find the link on my GitHub under Chrome extensions. I think it's part of my pinned repo. And that's basically it.